Hi everybody, welcome to Central Illinois. My name is Deidre Freer and I have been with Human Garage since 2022. Before I came to work with Human Garage and learn about fascial maneuvers, I knew by then that my 30-year-long headache had a lot to do with the gallbladder channel. And I didn't still completely understand how to help it, but I did know that anger and resentment that was stored in my gallbladder was having an impact on where the gallbladder channel ends up. Now, by then I had learned about traditional Chinese medicine and started to learn about the meridians of the body for each of the organs. But as I've learned so much from Gary Linehan with Human Garage, I've learned that there's these fascial flow lines, these fascial flow layers that kind of grow out from around each organ and then out into the body as the fetus grows. Almost like the rings of a tree. And so we have, just like all of our organs, 10 organs are in our toes and on our fingers and in our ears, that we're connected throughout our whole body, the energetic communication of the organs. And that energetic communication, the electrical system that flows through the fascial flow lines, the fascial flow layers that have grown around the organs. This is what we believe this is how we are starting to feel it. The longer you do fascial maneuvers, the more you start to understand. Yes, there's the traditional Chinese medicine energy meridian pathways that it's like this boundary of energy that flows through the body, connecting the organ energy. Imagine it like an interstate highway paths that intersect and coincide with each other throughout the whole body, even though one organ may just be over here. You can access that organ through other parts of the body through this communication pathway. And again, the traditional Chinese medicine concept of meridians is a little bit different than the fascial flow layers of the meridians. I like to integrate both of them. Today, I want to tell you what we're going to do. We're gonna do 2 different practices and only 3 fascial maneuvers. The first practice is going to be called our Fascial Coffee. This is where we're waking up and resetting the flow of our energy. Sometimes our energy can be going in the opposite direction that we really want it to. This is like keeping us feeling like we're bogged down and heavy. And so after Fascial Coffee, you're going to feel light and airy and more open and awake. I often do this in the afternoon at work just to give me that extra boost of energy. And then we're going to end the practice with the organ reset. Now, what I like about both of these practices is that we're bringing our body back into a sense of safety. We're first bringing the body out of stress, realigning the fascial flow of the energy, and then that brings us into a sense of safety. The body is not able to transform and improve itself until it feels safe. And so we're bringing that safety back into the body so that that transformation can happen, no matter what modality or support system you're partnering with. Okay, let's get back to how I am using fascial maneuvers to heal the gallbladder channel. I have learned that the traditional Chinese medicine meridian pathway flows from the outside, from the pinky toe along the outside of the body. It goes right through the hip, which is a pain point for me, through the gallbladder, and then it comes up the back, which is I always thought it was chronic muscle tension here, but it was the gallbladder meridian. And then it comes right through this trap, up the side of the neck, and around like a C curve to the front of the face. So a lot of you that may be having eye headaches that come from the back to the eye, more than likely it has more to do with the gallbladder. And no, I don't want my gallbladder taken out, because even if you get your gallbladder taken out, the energy, the emotional energy is still in there. So remember that taking care of the physical isn't enough. The emotional and energy side of it has to be tended to in order for the body to transform to that next level of wellness. Okay. Gallbladder for me stored a lot of resentment and anger. And it wasn't just my resentment and anger. It was also from my mother and my father, and probably a generation before them and probably a generation before them. So we get to be those cycle breakers that are coming to this awareness that our body holds and stores energy. And at the end of the class, I'll tell you about an opportunity to learn more about the body storing emotional energy if you would like that. Let's get started. All right, fascial maneuvers. Fascial maneuvers it's a way of stretching the body, but we're going to do more than stretch the body. We're going to use crossing the midline, which if you're in education, you know how important it is to cross the midline for our nervous system reset. We're also going to use counter rotation. This takes you back to what we see as fetal position. This is a safe space. It also reminds us that we can open up restrictions in this position much better than in this position, like in yoga, because our fascia wraps around us like a double helix, and the counter rotation is going to replicate that, allowing us to get deeper. The other thing that we do with fascial maneuvers is a very deep breath. We take 3 breaths in and out the mouth. We take 3 breaths in the nose and out the mouth. In this practice, we won't be doing it, but sometimes we do staged breaths where we breathe in, hold, and breathe in some more, and then let the breath out. And maybe we will use it. So we use these deep breaths, but not until we've crossed midline, counter-rotated, pinned our body in the position we want, and then added in this deep pressure. This deep pressure really allows the compensation of restrictions to open up so that when we come out of the position, our body feels lighter. Okay. I wanted to explain all of that before we got started because this practice is going to be very different compared to a lot of things you do. If all you've ever tried is yoga or qigong, you might see little tidbits from that, but it's also going to be very different too. Let's start with Fascial Coffee, the one that I like to do at work, or if I just need a wake me up, or if I just feel my energy is off and I want to reset it. I'm not going to go into deep explanation with it, otherwise there's too much talking from me, but I might mention things like an emotion or an organ that we are tending to. All right, let's first tune in. Stand with feet shoulder width apart, hands by your side. Bend your knees, feel where there might be a restriction or pressure, and feel where there's give and ease. Move your hips around, move your ribs around, feel into that low back. Place your hands wherever your hands are desired to go intuitively. Roll the shoulders, big circles with your arms. I'm going a little fast here. It's okay. Look right and left. Kind of just doing it on your own. Drop your ear to shoulder. Look up. Let your head fall back. Big circles with the head. You guys, I never used to do this. I was so constricted and too scared to drop my head anywhere. And just kind of massage your scalp. I like to kind of tune and see how restricted or tight or how much give there is to my scalp. All right, take a deep breath in and feel the capacity of your lungs. And tune into the thoughts that are happening in your mind. How busy is your mind? All right, let's get started. The first one we're going to do is reset the lungs, large intestine, and heart meridians. So take your left hand and put your right hand palm up. Take your left hand to the shoulder, swipe it down, flip it over, and swipe it back up. All the way. Do that 2 more times. Breathing on your own. In your nose and out your mouth. 1 more time. All right. We're resetting. If emotion starts to come up, there may be some sadness or grief in that one. Lift your arm up. Take your left hand to your pinky and swipe it down, opening up the channel of the heart. Really bring it down over the rib cage and let it kind of have that energy flow. Third one, and down. Feel the difference from your right side to your left. Breathe in. Is your lung capacity a little bit different? Which one feels lighter? Put your left palm up, right hand laid on your chest. Slide down the inside of the palm, flip it over, and swipe up the back. Really kind of let those hands just flow. Second time, remember to breathe. Up the back. One more time. Letting go of any grief or sadness and giving it to a higher power. Now, left hand pinky up, right hand glides down past that pinky and down past over the rib cage to connect with the spleen. Down. One more deep breath. And whoo, now how do your shoulders feel? How does your jaw and your cheeks feel? How do your traps feel? For me, I feel a little bit lighter, like I'm floating. Okay, after that, we are going to go and do our lower body. Everything in front of us is our stomach, because the stomach comes down over the tops of the feet, and that is all about our desire. A desire moves us forward. So let's just make sure that that energy is set. Take your hands just to your belly, swipe it down the front of your legs, and you're going to kind of swipe inside your legs coming up that spleen meridian. Ooh, lots of worry can happen there. We want to reset that and let it go. So down the front. Thank you, desire. Swipe on the inside from your big toes all the way up your groin. Let go of that worry. One more time down the front. Thank you, stomach. And swipe up. Thank you, spleen, and swipe it out. Now let's get to activate that. Really important. It's just a powerhouse organ that we don't really think about, the gallbladder. Take your hands to the top side edge of your toes, your last two toes, and swipe up the outside edges, kind of on the outer back edge, up to your back, low back, and swipe it out. Resetting again, down to your toes, bring it up and out. Last time, bring it down to your toes, up the side, and out that low back. Remember that entryway to that gallbladder is going to be right back there, so we want to swipe that energy out. And just feel and let that sink in. Now, if our stomach is our desire in life, we do have our bladder and kidneys are our fear. And that can tell us, oh, no, hold back, protect yourself. So let's just kind of reset that so that our fear is yes, going to show up when it needs to, but we don't need it all day long. So take your hands to the back of your heels and just swipe all the way back. Bring it as far up as you can and flick it out past the ribs. Do that again. Thank you, bladder, for protecting us. And we don't need all that protection because we already are divinely protected. Flick that out. All right. The spleen is the worry. Let's kind of tell the spleen to back off a little. We don't need that much worry. So go to your low back and just swipe out. 1, 2, 3. Let's continue that gallbladder channel up the back here, swiping up and out. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to just sync them all together because we have a lot of meridians flowing through the head. Let's flow over the head and reset that. 1, 2, 3. And from the eyes out. 1, 2, 3. I like to bring it down. This is the large intestine. We're going to let go of any grief or overthinking. 1, 2, 3. Swipe up on each side of the neck. 1, 2, 3. Again, gallbladder and large intestine. 1, 2, 3. Let's swipe all those burdens off our shoulders. Swipe down and off. 1, 2, 3. Just like it ain't no thing. 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and come back to the abdomen. Let's start at the bottom right-hand corner. Go left, bring it up and around. This is the opposite direction of your digestion, but we're just going to reset it and pull it all together. 3 swipes is all you need, but I like to spend a little extra time here, get 6 or 9 in. Breathe and come out of it. Our stomach has a lot to do with overthinking our digestion, overthinking, grieving things that we can remember as a positive. All right, let all of that sink in. Feel into anywhere else that you would like to lay your hands on. And I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like shaking my hands out. We woke up that energy. I love it. We're going to use some of this energy from our hands in a little bit. Let's do a few fascial maneuvers to open up the restrictions. So right now we've been resetting the energy and tuning into the emotions. Let's open up some of those restrictions. A really favorite fascial maneuver is called swinger. You're going to stand a little bit wider than hip distance apart. When we do a fascial maneuver, we like to sit back in a little squat, like you're going to go skiing, thinking that your bottom's going to sit in a seat that's a little bit backed away from you. When we do a fascial maneuver, we're going to tighten up our core inner sex organs and bring them up, kind of like you're zipping up a zipper here, and we're going to send that belly button to spine. We're not actively making a C curve. We're just holding up that pelvic floor. If you're somebody like me that still likes to go to trampoline parks with the kids, this will be great for jumping without you know what, ladies. All right, swinger. Sit back into that squat, dangling your hands a little in front of your knees. Take your left hand to your right shoulder. Take your right hand and place it behind the skin of the lower of the upper arm, right behind the elbow. Now, right here, we're going to add the counter rotation, which is important for our movement. Look to the left and rotate your shoulders and elbows to the right, like that elbow's going to go past that right knee. Look to the left one more time. Turn that body some more, and now sit back like that chair is behind you. Belly button to spine, holding you up. Breathe in through the mouth. 1, and out. 2, and out. 3, and out. Look a little bit more to the left, rotate a little bit more to the right, sit back further, really elongating that low left hip from that left shoulder. Breathe in through the nose. 1, 2, 3. Slowly come out of it. Now breathe into those lungs. Really let that sigh out. Let's do the other side. Dangle those hands in front of your knees. Sit back in that squat. Right hand just sets on that left shoulder. Left hand grabbing that and pinning that skin down towards the elbow, like that elbow's going to at a diagonal outside that left foot. Look over your shoulder to the right first, then rotate that upper body all to the left, sitting back into that squat. Breathe in through your mouth. 1, 2, 3. Belly button to spine. Sit back a little bit more, elongating that right shoulder up and that right hip down to the heels and back. Tuck that chin in to open up the back of the neck a little bit more for a pin at the cervical area. Breathe in through your nose. 1. Deep breath. 2, 3. And come out of it. Oh, this is where you're like committed to doing a nice chest opener, because even though we just open up all this responds to it, and it wants to have that openness come up. This really opens us up to that heart desire, and we're going to really close the class with tuning into the heart. So we're just starting that process a little bit more. Okay. Next up, pullover. Pullover is amazing for that powerhouse of the gallbladder channel again. When we do pullover, a lot of people want to grab the trap area, but I actually want to get over closer to this armpit on the inside there. So we're going to take that left arm, grab and lift it up. Now in the beginning, I could not access my hand this far. So even if you're right here, just come in a little bit and pin it just like this. You should feel some tug here on the back area of your lower body. All right. Right hand's going to go across to the left side of the rib. Both hands are pressing and bringing things forward like this, but in a pinned locked position. Now, the side with the hand is the side that you look at. You'll want to kind of pull your head back to center line, so I'll just keep reminding you to look towards that hand. Lift the right shoulder up. We're getting you into position for a pullover fascial maneuver. Belly button to spine. Bend those knees straight forward like a step stool is right below you. Keeping the bottom in alignment with the shoulders. Lift that right shoulder up a little bit more and drop that left shoulder down. Now activate those hands tugging forward. Let's take one stage breath here. Stage breath is a sucking air through the straw with your mouth and hold. Breathe in 1. Hold. 2. Hold. 3. Hold. And exhale. Drop that right shoulder like a diagonal across to the outside of the left knee. Looking more to the right hand, past it. Keep lifting that shoulder up to the right, dropping the left shoulder back. Now, drop that right hip down to your heel. Bend those knees more. Breathe in through the nose. 1, 2, 3. In through the mouth. 1, 2, 3. And I like to drop my hands down and let everything hang down, including my chin, my nose. Shake the shoulders out a little. Come up vertebrae at a time, like your angel wings are lifting you up. And smile at the top. Rotate those shoulders. Move the pressure out of the wrists and pick up your feet and move the pressure out of the ankles. We are moving pressure in the body, so that release can be beneficial. Now, this is not just the gallbladder meridian. We're also targeting the bladder and the kidney. So if you have a lot of fear coming up, or it could come across as anger or frustration or any of those emotions that you may be feeling because fear is underneath all of them, that's okay. Then we're opening that up. You could be yawning. You could be burping. All of that is evidence that we're moving the energy in the body that's been stored and tucked away, and it's ready to come out. All right. Let's do the other side. Actually, first breathe in. Feel how your lung capacity may have opened up more in the back. And exhale. All right, right hand. Get it as close as you can to the inside meaty part of that armpit. Left hand is going to go across to the right rib. Looking in the direction that your hand is on shoulder, so to the left. Lift up that left shoulder and bend the knees straight forward like a stool is underneath you. Lean that right shoulder down to the floor some more. And let's take a stage breath here through the mouth and hold. Breathe in 1. Hold. 2. Hold. 3. Hold. And on the exhale, cross that left shoulder across to the right knee, even past the right knee if you can, exhaling all that air out. Look a little bit more to the left and up. Drop that right shoulder down, left shoulder up and over. There's the tug in the left hip. Low back, send that left hip down to your heel. Breathe in through your mouth. 1 and out. Breathe in 2 and out. 3 and out. Check your rotation. Belly button to spine for a nice pin in the lower sacral area. Breathe in through your nose. 1 and out. 2 and out. Tuck your chin in a little. 3. And out. Let everything come down and drop to your shoulders. Shake those shoulders out as your angel wings bring you up. Nice deep breath in, feeling the whole expansion of your lungs and ribs in all directions after that. Let it integrate. You know what? Let's just do a little walk. You can do a little figure 8 walk if you'd like. Move those ankles and wrists. If you've done a figure 8, let's stop and go in the other direction now. Starting to integrate this. This allows the body to think about what's just happened. Okay, so we just opened up some restrictions that your body's used to for months, years, decades, and it's thinking about it. And the longer you walk, the more it will remember, oh, I like that restriction being opened up. Now that old compensation pattern can shift. Now, if you're in our Human Garage community or you connect with us often, you'll find that you'll open up one area and another area starts to hurt. That's okay, because that area was compensating for this restriction. And so if this opened up, now this part has to figure it out. So that little pain that you're going through, it's just a pressure shift. And once we open up that pressure shift, the next compensation pattern will unwind. And then the next compensation pattern will unwind. So stay with the practice and you'll feel those unwindings happen. And they don't last as long as they did whenever they came upon you all those years ago. All right, the last fascial maneuver that we're doing today is Pretzel Squat. One of the best, especially for women with PMS, any kind of hip issues. Even if I want to work on my jaws, I will do Pretzel Squat. Jaws, hips, and ankles. I feel Pretzel Squat does a lot for my ankles. And when those 3 are worked on, you're working on the other 2. Okay, we're going to tee up our right heel to the center of our left foot, making a nice 90-degree angle. Step that right foot out, making a nice 90-degree angle with the toes and your hips. Rotate, putting your hands on your hips, rotate and face your nose in the same direction that your right toes are facing. Take your left hand and send it out there with your right foot parallel. Now right here, I want you to activate that pelvic floor, because the pelvic floor is going to help hold you up so your legs and thighs don't have to work so hard. Put your right hand on your right hip. Look forward at the camera while your body is still rotated right, and start to lean forward, peeking your eyes towards your toes over that shoulder. As you do this, your right hip is going into that right hand. Here's our placement. Again, belly button to spine to activate pelvic floor to hold you up. Left hand's going to go on the right shoulder. Right hand's going to go palm up your back. Belly button to spine again. Look to the left over that shoulder. Bend both knees, making sure you keep them wide open. If they start to concave and fall in, then come up a little higher. Feel the outside of your ankles and how this is opening up your ankles. Feel the stretch under the shoulder blade. Looking to the left, rotating that body to the right a little bit more. Breathe in through your mouth. 1, 2, 3. In and out, in your nose, out your mouth. 1, 2, 3. I like to lift myself with the pelvic floor hold, belly button to spine. Switch my arms. Right hand on your left shoulder. Left hand palm up your back. You're going to look right and actually turn your shoulders to the left now. Bend those knees again, holding yourself up with that belly button to spine. Breathe in through your mouth. 1. Tuck that chin in. 2, 3. In through the nose. 1, 2. I like to start to sway on the last 2 breaths. Come on out of it. I like to lift with that zipper in the front and lift with my angel wings, bringing myself up. Let your arms come out. By now, you might be having a dump of dopamine, serotonin, all of the good stuff, norepinephrine, and you're starting to get a little high on your own supply. So walk that in and meet me back here. Make sure everything's looking good. Okay, take your left foot and take the heel and center it to your right foot. And a nice tee up 90-degree position. Step out with the toes still pointing to the side with that left foot. Hands on hips. Rotate your whole torso to face where the left toes are pointing. Reach out past those left toes with your right hand. So right hand parallel to that left foot. Belly button to spine to bring you back into an alignment. Now shift that right shoulder forward. Left hand's going to go palm on your left bum cheek. Look at the camera over that right shoulder and start to lean and drop that right shoulder forward until you see your toes. That left hip is going to go into that left hand. Lay that right hand on your left shoulder and turn that palm up your back. It's okay if it's down low. Wherever you're at in this journey is going to open up those restrictions. Look over that right shoulder. Tuck that chin in. Belly button to spine is really important here. Open up those knees by bending them and keeping them wide open. If you start to feel your knees concave in, come back up a little. Drop that right shoulder in some more. Look over that right shoulder. Breathe in through your mouth. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in through your nose. 1, 2. Sway a little bit. 3. That swaying really activates the ankles. Lift up with the pelvic floor in your angel wings just a little, enough to switch your arms. Open them up. Left hand to the right shoulder. Right hand palm up your back. Wherever it goes is fine. Looking over your left shoulder, rotate the shoulders to the right. Belly button to spine to hold you up. Bend the knees and keep them open. 3 breaths in and out your mouth. 1, 2, 3. Sway a little bit in your nose and out your mouth. 1, 2. Tuck that chin in. 3. Lift up using your pelvic floor and angel wings. Open up. And we're starting to really warm up the body here. If you felt heat coming off of your body, if you're sweating with it, it could be a release of toxins, chemicals that your body is wanting to detox and get rid of through your skin. If it's just really hot heat that's dry, it's stored emotions, that energy that's leaving the body. Now, before we do this last part of the class, I'm going to get some water. So keep walking, get some water. And water is important for this electrical system, especially to get your salt intake in, getting those minerals in, because this will work better and hydrate more, getting into the cellular activation process if you have the minerals first. So part of our program at Human Garage talks a lot about remineralization. And then for the electrical system to activate, we need those minerals and we need the hydration. High quality structured water, it is beneficial for all of this. Okay. The last part is similar to Fascial Coffee, where we're really working with the energetic flow of things, waking things up energetically. But this one also has a lot to do with intention. So with organ reset, we're going to talk to our body. We've brought it out of stress. We've balanced it out and woke up the organs. Now let's build that language. We've had a barrier. That cortisol is like that barrier between the body talking to the mental state and the emotional state. And so this last process, doing organ reset, we're really remembering the language of our body and relearning the communication. Deep breath in, exhale out. Rub those hands together. They'll be nice and activated, having done Fascial Coffee first. They were ready to go back then. Really get the energy, frequency, and warmth going. Clap. Maybe clap around your body to activate all of that aura, because we believe, and science is proving it, that our fascia is our communication. Just like a cell phone has to have a crystal in it to send and receive messages, this hydration, this gel-like fascia, this gel-like substance that flows through the fascia is our internal crystal. And it is connected to our aura. And it's part of this energetic sending and receiving. Take your hands to your belly button. Go 2 inches to the right, 2 inches down. This is your small intestine, and specifically feel around for a hard or tender spot, or just pick a spot between your belly button and hip point. Leave your right hand here, press in, and then with my thumb down here, I'm going to rotate counterclockwise to give myself a thumbs up, like this. We're opening up the ileocecal valve where a lot of chemicals are stored, but also a lot of grief is stored. Send your belly button to spine to activate the pin down there, and take your left hand and either lay it across your neck this way or like this, whichever. We're grounding the energy. As you take your breaths, imagine a beautiful energy current of white light flowing between your two hands and activating the organ of the small intestines and digestion. I like to look to the left, turn my shoulders to the right, make sure that belly button is to spine. Breathe in through your mouth. 1. Nice and gentle. 2. 3. Relax your shoulders and your jaws and your temples and say to yourself, I let go and eliminate any grief or sadness that no longer serves me for my highest good. Breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, and 3. Tuck that chin in, stretch that trap area by sending that shoulder blade down, and let go. Now, I used to not be able to do the organ reset all at the same time because it would stress this right shoulder gallbladder area for me. So I had to implement, first I had to learn organ reset, and then I would implement it in between the fascial maneuvers, and that worked really well for me. Now we just let go and gave our body permission to let go of some grief and sadness. We're going to replace that in a little bit, so keep that in mind. We're going to move right up to the liver gallbladder, same side. So belly button 2 inches to the right, and come up just below that last rib on the right side. Feel around for the hard spot. I have changed my location many times over the last 3 years as my area has softened. Okay, again, press in with those fingertips on the right hand and rotate and give it a thumbs up. If this is too hard, just lay your hand gently there. Still intentional, energetic resetting. Left hand behind your neck. Look to the left, turn to the right. This is my doozy of a one, so stay with me. Breathe in through the mouth. 1, 2, 3. Repeat after me. I forgive myself. I forgive my mother and father. You can say, I give myself permission to forgive my mother and father. Because I give forth any judgment I place on myself and others. I let go of anger and resentment. It no longer serves me. Breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3. Tuck that chin and lean the nose down to your left toes. Let the right arm drop, shake it out, and come out of it. Take that left hand and just kind of give some love to that gallbladder channel that comes up through that trap. Move that arm around, sending it love and intention to move that energy out of the body. And if you feel the pressure go to your wrist, take time to open the wrist. We need to allow the space for that energy to move out. The more hydrated you are, the more you will feel this shift in pressure. And it does take time for the body to intentionally hydrate with remineralization. Now, let's bring back that desire and joy. Take your right hand to the bottom left ribs. Lay it across, press in, and tug that hand up towards your right shoulder at a diagonal. Just applying this pressure, this gentle pressure at an angle. Left hand behind your neck or across the front, whichever feels comfortable. I might put it right there on that trap. Look to the left, rotate the shoulders to the right to activate that pressure in that stomach area, and send that belly button to spine. Breathe in through your mouth. 1, 2, 3. Repeat after me. I intentionally remember to feel my heart's desires. I allow my desires to bring me joy and guide me. I replace any grief with my remembering of joy. Breathe in through the nose. 1, 2, and 3. Again, massage that right trap because we're really sending a lot of love to that gallbladder channel. That's powerhouse right in there. And if you are starting to have some emotional release, remember that when you're crying, you're releasing sadness, and that's your body's way of remembering its joy. And if you're angry, you're letting go of that anger, and it's your body's way of saying, okay, I'm ready to remember my forgiveness of myself and others. So whatever you are letting go of, you are also remembering the higher frequency emotion with it. Let's do the large intestine and the valve of Houston. So take that right hand, lay it across from the belly button, pinky, or down to your fingers touching that the hip. I like to go skin to skin and really press in a little bit more and gently lift up as I'm pressing in, just like that stomach. I'm bringing it up towards that right shoulder. Don't overthink it, because we're doing the area of overthinking. I'm giving a lot of instruction, but really just lay your hand there. Left hand behind your neck. Look to the left and rotate to the right. Breathe in through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, and say after me, I no longer wish to overthink everything in my life. I let go of this responsibility, and I let God universe guide me. Breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, and 3. And come out of it. By now, you've noticed I've slowed down my talking. My voice level has lowered. And since I'm so much out of stress, I'm able to really see more clearly the colors. So my senses have heightened more distinctly. Let's let go of the fear from the bladder. Take both hands to that pubic bone, lift gently up, really squeeze in the hiney and that pelvic floor hold, and then you can pull apart with your hands and hold it here, or you can send one of your hands to the neck to ground it, whatever you prefer. Today, I feel like using both hands down there, lifting up and pulling apart. I'm going to look to the left, turn to the right, and really kind of sway back and forth, counter rotating my head with my shoulders each time I breathe. Breathe in through your mouth. 1, 2, 3. And just tell your body, if I am ready to let go of any fear that no longer serves me for my highest good. Breathe in through the nose. 1, 2, 3. And with this, let's end with, I trust my body. I feel safe in my body. And come out. Take time to move. Let that pressure go. All right, let's activate the kidneys and then calm them down. Take your right hand to that bra line with an open L shape. You're going to lift up as high as you can, but if you're lower than me, it's fine. I had to start down there. 3 years, I'm able to get higher. Press in and bring that hand forward towards your chest. Now press down. This is a nice pin lock. And we're saying we're doing the kidneys, but we're also close to the lung, the spleen, the gallbladder, the liver, all the other organs that are through the diaphragm area. Left hand behind your neck on the left side, belly button to spine. We're going to drop our left elbow down as we're pressing down on that right rib. We're going to take 3 sharp breaths in through the mouth. It activates the startle reflex, kind of. Breathe in sharp, real short. 1, 2, 3, and exhale. Activating that kidney and bladder meridian. Breathe in through the mouth. 1, and out. 2, and out. 3, and out. And say to yourself, I give myself permission to feel the emotions that are safe to come out. I'm providing a safe space for my emotions to flow out of me. Sway and take 3 more breaths in your nose and out your mouth. 1, 2, 3. And come out of it. Beautiful job. Left side, L-shaped with the hands, as close to that bra line as possible. Lift it up if you can. Press in, bring it forward, and pin it down. Right hand behind your neck. Lean to the right. I like to look up just a little and lay my head into that hand. Belly button to spine. 3 sharp breaths really quick together to activate the kidney. Go ahead. 1. And out. Let your body separate some more. Left hand down, leaning to the right. Breathe in through your mouth. 1, 2, 3. Repeat after me. All my emotions are okay to be felt. All my emotions are okay. Breathe in through the nose. 1, 2, 3. And come on out. Actually, keeping that left hand in that same location, guide that left thumb down to your last rib in the back, close to your spine. We're going to press in, bring it forward, pin it. Right hand behind your neck, belly button to spine. Drop your forehead and nose to the right toes. Now you've activated that spleen against the thumb. Breathe in through your mouth. 1, 2, 3. Say thank you, spleen, for bringing attention to things that I tended to worry about. Now I can attend to them without the worry. I trust me. I feel safe in me. Breathe in through the nose. 1, tucking that chin in, dropping it down. 2, 3, and come out. One last one. I did a whole class on this one recently. It's about speaking our truth. So once we learn what our heart's desires are, and we've learned to forgive and to come not from a place of judgment, but from a place of understanding, it's time for us to speak our truth using compassion, empathy, and guidance. Sometimes it's important to say things that other people don't want to hear, and maybe we sense that they're ready to hear them. Take your right hand. I like to glide it down and hold it at the base and lift up. If you prefer, you can encase your thyroid with your hand behind your neck also. I'm going to pin it down. Other hand lifting up. Right there on that trach, not choking, but just lifting up with some pressure. Now, pin at the sacrum with that pelvic floor. Hold, belly button to spine. Look up with your chin. Breathe in through your mouth. 1, 2, 3. And say, I give myself permission to speak my truth. All my words are okay. I speak with trust and compassion. Breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3. Follow those hands, let them glide, and flick it out. And just give some love to the neck in general. Thyroid, tap on the thymus a little. We've brought ourselves out of a state of stress and into a state of parasympathetic dominance. Start to rub a circle around that heart with your right hand. And we're going to close this all together. Sink it in with your heartbeat and your left hand up to your brain beat. Now, I've only actually felt the brain beat once in 3 years. So just imagine it. It's all about intention. Check in with your heartbeat under the right hand. Just breathing on your own naturally. Tune in to your heartbeat or your brain beat under your left hand. Now imagine the two syncing together and beating as one. You can slow it down all you want. And as we breathe in through our nose, we're going to ask the brain to calm down and allow the heart to lead. So breathe in, taking that white light energy in through the nose. Breathe in 1. Exhale it down out of the heart area. Breathe into the brain 2. Exhale it out. 3. Exhale out. Thank you, brain, for being active and being proactive and desiring to guide me. I'm asking you to be the co-pilot to the heart from here on out. Breathe in through the mouth, imagining the white light coming in through the heart. And exhaling. Again, 2. And 3. Thank you, heart, for being the master pilot of my guidance system. I choose to listen to you first and let the brain follow your lead. Heart, you are in charge now. Gently ping me when I need that reminder to check in with you. And let's take 3 more breaths in the nose, out the mouth. Let that left hand glide down your face, down your neck, and lay on top of your right hand. One last breath. Open your eyes when you're ready. Allow your hands to come down. Touch your body wherever it needs to be felt. Allowing the body to say thank you. That it's a new experience to have that communication between touching the organs and the meridian energy flow lines and your words. If you'd like more of this, I do have a YouTube playlist series that I am promoting and selling at a reduced cost. We did 3 classes for 3 weeks in a row about the TCM yin and yang partner organs. But what we did was we did fascial maneuvers to open up along that meridian line. And although the TCM meridians are very different than like the fascial flow organ meridians, they're also having a lot of sync and fluidity within them. So it's a beautiful practice. If you're interested in those 3 recordings of those 6 organs, then contact me, DM me, and request it. You can just send me a message or comment meridians, and I will send you the link to order that, to purchase that. The other thing I have is a recording that I created of a visual slideshow of how I have interpreted and learned how this stored energy has happened, how it does happen in the body, and ways to start communicating with the body to tune into these stored emotions in order for us to rebuild this language between the stored emotions in our body and our expression and getting them out. A lot of it has to do with becoming friends with your emotions. And you think that most adults know how to do that, and I am here to tell you I did not know how to do that. Even 10 years ago, I was not doing it properly, and I was in charge of a classroom. So I've utilized a lot of this to calm even the energy in my classroom down because I am more in tune with myself. If you'd like that, I'm giving it free for here for a little while. It's June of 2025. So for now, it is a free recording, and just comment energy or DM me energy, and I will send you a link to watch that pre-recording. It is called Energy in Motion, which is emotion. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining me with this practice today. If you have a desire to join Human Garage's 28-day reset, that is the foundation program to this work, and you will learn so much about yourself, about the human body, a new way to look at how we perceive ourselves and how this body of ours functions. You're going to learn about the fascia, how to remineralize, how to bring your body out of stress and reduce the inflammation in our body, which I have been doing for decades, but this was something that took it to the next level and was very foundational. No matter what other practice or modality you are doing with this, it will support it tenfold. It will, I don't want to use the word exaggerate, it will complement it and make it more effective, very much so. Even for my acupuncturist could tell, I receive acupuncture so much deeper, compared to whenever I was doing acupuncture without the fascial maneuvers. So work can be complementary. Learn what your body receives well, and there are certain things with acupuncture or cupping that we don't do because it takes me into a stress state. So learn about your body,